Hello and welcome. I am Flatcap Callum and this is Cheltenham Festival 2023 Day 1 selections. We're here, the big one has arrived. The biggest week of the year for betting, both in the country and for me personally. I will be turning over more money this week in my own betting accounts than I will do any other week of the year by quite some way. There's a bunch of build up. We've had months and months of build up. I've been putting out anti-post videos. There is no other week of the year where I plan so much, and it all comes down to 4 days, 28 races to get through, and yeah, that's what's going to decide it. That will decide whether all of that effort and all of those months are worth the build up. So in my life, there is a lot of kind of nervous energy, excitement going through for a number of reasons. So long time viewers will know last year Cheltenham Festival. I'd only been doing my channel a couple of months. It went very, very well. I did a separate £200 series, so £50 a day for 4 days. It was banked 78% on singles, 22% on accumulators. I mostly usually do accumulators for the channel, so it was mainly on singles. And we came out for 200 with £323, I think it was, and something pence, 61% profit. Now, the key thing here is the profit margin. To come out of the week 61% ahead when you are having a bet in absolutely every single race in some fashion and you're mixing it up in accumulators is no mean feat. So I'm feeling some pressure because this is the second year and people have now got an expectation. Last year, no one didn't really know who I was and what I was about. I've now got a bit of history to go on that last year went very well. So I know there'll be a bunch of regular viewers on here as usual. Hello and welcome. There'll also be a whole bunch of people who just come back because it's a big festival. Hello, welcome to you. And anyone who is absolutely brand new, either because you stumbled across the channel or someone said go and look at the bowl guy sometimes wears a flat cap. Hello, welcome to you also. So a lot of pressure. Because well, A, I've got a lot of my own money riding on this week, as well as the channel money. B, because it went last year, and C, because this year on the channel statistics, we've taken a bit of a beating thus far. So for those of you who want to go in eyes wide open to following anything I'm putting out here, my channel statistics are down £167 this year going into today. That is 8 and a bit days stake. So for those of you like a point system, if you imagine £20 is my day stake and that is 1 point, then I'm 8.5 points. I don't get into point systems on here. I just try and keep it nice and simple and go into real terms money. So I use on an average day £20 a day. For Cheltenham, let's talk you through the Cheltenham plan. So I've trailed this a little bit, but just so we're all super clear. Last year I did a separate bunch of videos with £50 for Cheltenham and a regular video as well. This year I've got the benefit of I'm operating on 2 YouTube channels. My own one, this one you're watching, Flatcap Callum. I'm also working as a freelancer for freebets.com and their YouTube channel. So the way that I'm broken down what I'm doing this year is each evening before, so if you're watching this in the evening, this is Monday night, filmed Monday night, I'll be putting out £40 of the £50 stake for the day. The final £10 of the stake will then be on the morning video on freebets.com's YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, the easiest way to find it is just write Flatcap Callum in YouTube and you'll basically find my other videos. Normally easy to spot the difference because on my videos on my channel, it's me holding up a piece of cardboard paper with some scrawly things on. If it's on freebets.com YouTube channel, they've got a much more shiny, glossier holding screen to catch your eye and attention. That's how to spot the difference. That should be uploaded, I imagine, around about the 9 o'clock mark, if not before, in the morning. I'd imagine it could even be more like 8:30. So that will be uploaded. So £40 of my stake is there, £10 is there. From a statistics point of view, here is usual. I'm recording £40. It's going on for a real Sky Bet account. So what that means is I will be taking Sky Bet place terms. So that matters for a couple of handicaps. It didn't matter a dot last year. Didn't get any extra bonus places from Sky Bet for the channel. but it's through a Sky Bet account. The key difference from regular viewers is I'll be taking SP prices. So for consistency and ease, everything I'm doing is on a starting price. So all the prices I'm quoting on tonight's video are not prices I'm personally taking. I haven't gone like I would normally do and shop around particularly to sort of advertise. As and when I know there are better place terms, I will flag it to you. But yeah, starting prices is what I'm taking. When it comes to freebets.com, I usually always take the starting price anyway there. The difference on freebets.com is I haven't got a specific account I'm using there. So what that means is I won't get any preferential place terms. As long as free bookies are paying the place terms, which should apply this week. So for instance, the Ultimate tomorrow, 6 places is what the majority are doing it. Sky at 8, Betfair at 7. I'll be taking 8 for the regular channel and 6 for freebets.com. Hopefully that's marvellously clear for you. The way I've designed the staking plan is that if you want to just do the £40 on here, that should work in isolation. If you want to just do the £10 on freebets.com, that should work in isolation. And then together it's combined. So the aim is at the end of the week, I've made a profit on £160 on my regular channel, and I've made a profit on £40 on the freebets.com channel. That's what the aim of the game is. You put them together, £200 stake, have we made a profit? That's what we're doing. We'll be up, down, left and right at different points. Now, give you a bit of a lay of the land. It very much how it often is in the last few years of Cheltenham. Thursday is the key day for me. Thursday is the day when I think is the best value betting day. There are 3 handicaps, which gives us better opportunities for extra place terms. So Thursday is the best day. Wednesday is the second best day, but Thursday is a little bit standout. Then usually I would say Tuesday is third best, Friday is least best, if you excuse my poor English. But this year, Tuesday is the weakest day for value in my view. The Champion Hurdle is a bit of a non-bet completely because you've got a 1 to 3 favourite that should win, a 100 to 30 second favourite that should come second, and no bookies paying more than 2 places. So it's a bit of a non-bet in some respects. Champion Chase is almost like that tomorrow, but you have got three horses contending at the front of the market. So the way that I'm seeing this pan out is if I break even for Tuesday, I'll actually be quite happy with that because I think it's a tricky old day to get right. There's a lot of spreads and spreading the stake out. Tuesday, break even, I'll take that. I want to try and make a bit of money on Wednesday. Thursday's the day that if I don't make money, I've got a problem because I think it's going to be hard to get it back on Friday. That's how I'm reading it. So it may pan out like that, it may not, but that's why I'm looking at it. It doesn't mean I'm putting out different amounts of stake each day on the channel. The channel stake is the same. But as a bit of a kind of a wink and a nod, for those of you who like kind of big combination accumulator bets, Thursday is that day. It won't be anything big and complicated on what I'm doing on the channel. I've tried to keep it nice and simple in terms of formula for people. Personally, on Thursday, that will be the day where I'll probably be staking a little bit more than any other day. Okay, hopefully that is clear. Any questions, as usual, put it in the comments. The key thing here is for regular viewers is you know what I'm about. I'm going after big prices in the market, and sometimes those get backed in. Cheltenham is a different kettle of a fish. There is a huge amount of money bet on Cheltenham, more than any other week of the year. And what that means is, unlike what regular viewers have experienced recently, where I can put some bets out and I will influence the betting market. So I made a video Monday morning, 5 horses, and within half an hour, 4 of them have been nibbled in by Sky Bet. And that is a direct result now of the size of the channel and the amount of people placing the bets. For Cheltenham, got no worries about that at all because there are too many people and too much money going down to anything to worry about with this channel. What we're looking for is trying to get the horses at the right price in the right places. So on a race where you've got a couple of shorties at the front, it's trying to work out which one you're going with, which one you're leaning on, which one you're leaning against. So when we get to it, as an example, I've split a lot of stuff for Tuesday's selection plan, but in the Supreme, I am going to lean on Facile Vega and Il Attempt Tomps, and I am opposing Marine Nationale, which some I know will be absolute disagreement with me, but if Marine Nationale wins the Supreme, we're off to a bad start. That's how it's going down. So with a staking plan like this, because this is some will just think it's the same and they don't really care. For others, you might get what I'm talking about. It's a different type of science than what you're trying to do. You're trying to work out how do you get to the end of the week by making profit. So you need to work out where your leans are, who you favour in what race, where you might go a little bit bigger on something, and which horses you are happy to try and oppose. Where you've got two competing favourites, do you have a preference, or do you just go, no, it's too difficult? That's basically how we're trying to navigate it. Key thing is, if we smash out Tuesday, there will be no more stake going down than there was planned to. Because the key is, once you're ahead, stay ahead by sticking with the path and not getting carried away. If we get smashed on Tuesday and we lose 50 quid, then we will not go chasing Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. We put the same money down. So if you want to follow in its full entirety, £200 is what you need to be prepared to lose in the next 4 days. What you can absolutely do is factor down all of the bets. So if you don't want to risk a £200, completely understandably, then £100, £50, basically make it half and quarter. Some people will start off here with a much bigger bankroll and will be happy to go higher stakes on that. It's entirely up to you. As far as my regular channel, £160 will be laid down. The only other exception would be, by exception completely, if there's anything else I find through the week that is not Cheltenham that I might put up, and I won't do that with any more than a maximum of a £5 additional bet. For Tuesday, I haven't had even a chance to go through because I've been so busy getting everything set up. So if there was anything additional for Tuesday, I just put an extra couple of horses in the comments that I wouldn't be putting stats to. For any other day, if there's anything additional to Cheltenham, it will be on this video right at the end as an additional £5 non-Cheltenham bet to go into the coffers. All right, I think I've done all my house notices, other than to say the only difference, I guess, in terms of when I'm talking about here and on my regular channel and freebets.com. With freebets.com, I'm operating there as a freelancer, so I have a fairly generic contract. I have a verbal agreement to always wear my hat, for those of you who are wondering. So the flat cap on my regular videos only comes out on special occasions, anniversaries, days I'm going to the racing, or days when I'm signaling to you we're on for a good one. The only day I think the hat could come out this week is Thursday. We will see though. On freebets.com, I'm verbally contractually obliged to wear the hat. Key point. The only other thing that I don't talk about on there is bookmakers, because freebets.com have different sponsorship deals, and this week freebets.com have got a sponsorship deal with William Hill, so you'll see William Hill everywhere. What I will be doing is on those videos, because I can speak freely here, is pricing up everything with William Hill prices. So what I'm going to do when I make that video is it's all priced with William Hill prices. I'm not advising specifically to use William Hill. There are other bookmakers available. But for the purposes of what I'm doing on that channel, I will be using William Hill prices the night before prices. That is the only extent of it. I'm not promoting anything unless there are specific very good offers. For instance, if you were to go on William Hill and take the bet £10 and on Constitution Hill at even money, that's a nice looking offer, it would seem, for a horse that's 1 to 3. That kind of thing I'm absolutely fine to talk about. Hopefully that makes sense. Super important to me, as most people know, is integrity. I'm not here to be sponsored or affiliated by a bookmaker. I am not, and I do actively choose not to be sponsored by anyone. I have had approaches from bookmakers to be affiliated. I'm not here, and you will never see on my channel links to betting sites to tell you what to do or sign up offers and things, because anytime you see that stuff, the people making the video are obliged by that bookmaker to talk about that bookmaker and promote whatever services, and they get paid every time someone clicks through. That's how it works. Even grand big tipsters that have other channels, whatever affiliate links are on there, it means they either get money every time someone signs up, or they either get a percentage of the money that is laid. So for instance, if I had a link on here to a particular betting site and you signed up and then you went and lost £100, I might have a deal that says I get 20% of your loss. That could be how it works. I'm not into that. I'm here because I like horse racing, I make some profit myself personally, and I'm trying to share what I do with people that historically have lost money. That's what I'm about. Wow, that is like the longest preamble ever. Right, I did have to do a quick rundown of Sunday's results. I'll make it really, really quick. I knew this video was going to be long. Right, Sunday we lost. So we started off 140 Limerick. We had a nice winner. Went in, backed in. I think it was 15-8, second favourite. And the next two were duffers. So we lost out on that bet. And then in this bet, they were all duffers apart from the last leg, which placed at 14-1. We got back about 36 pence or something. It wasn't very good. However, if you were following on Monday's video, I made a quick unscheduled video, put 5 horses out. The first 2 went down. It was all looking terrible. 1 pulled up, 1 fell, not our day. And then 1 more lass came and snagged 3rd place at 100-1. On the channel, we had it as 80s with a 30p, which is incredibly harsh for all 4 odd Sky. I had that horse backed with multiple bookmakers and nowhere else gave me a 30p rule 4. I had 20p rule 4. I even had a 5p rule 4 on one bet. But yes, Sky snaked us there. So yeah, 80-1 with 30p rule 4. If you'd done SP or you'd got bog, you'd have been sat on 100. So well done to you. And then the next horse, 10 minutes later, then went in 28s on the channel. 33s was available quite a lot in the morning. Ended up getting 16-1, 28p with a 10p rule 4, 16-1. It was very close. It was second. And then, unfortunately, the last horse, I think, pretty much pulled up. I didn't actually see the end. I gave up watching after it. I looked like it pulled up. So we made a little profit. The channel made about, I think it was 46% profit, £4.66. Not really scratching the surface for what we need to get back to. All right, that's that. Right, let's get cracking on. We're 16 minutes in. Everybody is bored of listening to this absolute waffle and would like to know what I'm taking on the first day of Cheltenham. Okay. How it's going to work, I'm going to go through all of the single bets and then all of the multiple bets. So reminder, £40, that's what we've got. The way I'm formatting it, and I'm going to try and stick to this every day, £28 on singles, £12 on accumulators in the same type of accumulators. And it's all simple. So those of you who are regular who know I do little bits of funny this and that and the other, it's try to keep it quite simple. Okay. So, first batch of singles is this. In the Supreme, I think I want to keep on side Ilatent Tomps and Facile Vega. I think Facile Vega is a bit short for a single, so I've left it and I'll put it in another bet in a bit. I'm going against Marine Nationale as talked about, so that's the one that I don't want to win. And then the one at a price that I think's worth a nibble is Dark Raven. Now, watch out here for Sky Bet customers. Sky have got a promotion on this race. They're the sponsor of the race, but yet they are only paying 3 places because they've got a promotion. So there are other bookmakers out there. There are a few, I can't remember off the top of my head, that are paying 4 places. So if you've got the option to look for your singles, have a look, try and get a bookie that's paying 4 places. If you're betting them tonight, you want to find something like a 365 or a Coral that's going to give you best price guaranteed, although Coral are changing their terms, I think, in about 2 weeks' time from something I've received. But yeah, you can get 4 places in places for that. But for the channel account, it's only 3 places on Dark Raven. But I think that's the one at a price I think's worth a nibble. It's one of the many Mullins horses, but form-wise, I just think it's a bit overpriced. That's in there. So that's my view of the Supreme. The Arkle, John Bon and El Fabiolo. They're too short to really do singles, I think, and I think it is incredibly hard to split them, so I'm not going to waffle on for 5 minutes about which one, because who cares. St. Roy is the place horse for me. I think that I'm not ruling out it troubling the front too. It absolutely could do, but I think it looks the right horse for 3rd place. Those of you who followed my anti-post videos, this is really one of the ones that we've got rolling in, because we've lost a few from non-runners and from horses being pulled out for varying reasons. St. Roy was one I tipped up anti-post at 33-1. So we like the look of St. Roy, so we've got that one in there. And then the Ultima, that's where most of the singles stake in terms of majority of it's going. And I've gone 5 against the field. So I've got the Wolf, which is one that I originally tipped up to go. I thought it was going to go the Kim Yu, and it's gone to the Ultima, which is really annoyed about, because anti-post wise, if you've got non-run no bet, it's fine. But yeah, it's turned up at the Ultima. 33s. Lascalin was one on my short list that I quite liked. So those 2 are straight in. Fanny and Destravel was one I tipped up on freebets.com about, I don't know, 6 weeks ago. I think I tipped it up 6 weeks ago, about 25-1 6 weeks ago. So we're sticking with it. And then we've put Fantastic Ass, which is one I'm annoyed about, being honest, because It was 33 to 1 a week ago when I was doing my anti-post stuff, and I gave it a mention, and I left it. I didn't think it was going to. I thought it was going to be too low in the weights, and yeah, the weights caught me out in the Ultima. We've had so many horses come out that the horses that I thought were a bit short in the weights have actually managed to get in, but it's been hammered in 10 to 1 on Sky Bet night before, so not great price. And then we're going to go Cloudy Glen, inconsistent but worth having in the combinations. So just in case you haven't read those, because I haven't gone through them all, Ilatet Tomps £2 win, Dark Raven 75p each way, and the Arkle St Roy £1 each way. The Ultima, we've got the Wolf and Lascalin £1 each way, and then you've got Fanny and Destravel, Fantasticas and Cloudy Glen 75p each way on those three. Hopefully that is clear. Competitive race, the Ultima, but yeah, we're going to go 5 against the field in it. Sky, as I said, 8 places, which is brilliant. Betfair 7, so have a look and try and get your bets on there. All right, then we've got the Mares Hurdle. Again, this one I am struggling to split Honeysuckle and Marie's Rock, but I have a lean on Honeysuckle in other bets to come. So Honeysuckle in there, 175 win. Marie's Rock, 175 win. So I'm going to put an equal single on both, but knowing that Honeysuckle is a slightly better price. And then the one at a price that I think is worth a nibble, and this one's a watch out, Sky R4. I don't think anyone else has gone 4. There's only 9 runners, I think, in that Mares Hurdle. But she wears it well, 18 to 1. I think that's the worth a little go. But it's one of those ones where it absolutely could come forth and Sky might take an advantage. We'll see. Bear in mind, though, if you aren't with Sky, if you're going to get bog, what I'm doing here is I'm taking SP across the board. So as much as I might have an advantage on some extra places, I won't get any bog. Then the Boodles, it's my least favourite of the handicaps because they don't have a lot of form. And I've absolutely plumped, if you read the form, all these 4 ran against each other last time out. And for differing reasons, I'm sticking with 4 of them. And I've left the other one that ran in that race, Biker, that's way too short for me. So I'm going Sir Alan, Jazzy Matty, Morning Soldier and Metamorpheus, all 75p each way singles. 6 places on Sky and quite a few other bookies on that one. So that's the Boodles. And then we're going to finish off and then we'll get into the Lucky 15. So in the National Hunt Chase, we're looking at Gallard de Mencieux, I think is the right horse, but not for a single bet. And I think it's a bit congested in the next bit of the market. But Mr. Coffee's the one I like for an each way solid one. 70 to 2, £1 each way. And I've snuck in the last race of the day a big price. On ratings, it's not quite there, but I just wonder if it might improve. And I think it'll improve for the race because it's an improving horse, improve for the distance, improve for the ground. So we're having a little sneaky tweak on Malinello at 80 to 1, 50 pence each way. Then we're into the multiples. So this is my one lucky 15 for my regular channel. 250 Lascalin, 40 to 1. 410 She Wears It Well at 18s. 450 Sir Alan at 10s. 530 Mr. Coffee, 17 to 2. 20p each way, lucky 15. So that's the lucky 15 for the regular video. And then we've got 3 other combinations. The Win and the Each Way Trixie. So the Win Trixie for the day. 130 Facile Vega 9 to 4. 210 El Fabiolo 5 to 4. 530 Gallard de Mencieux 10 to 11. 50p Win Trixie. It's a Mullins trio in the Win Trixie for the first day. We are going to try and keep Mullins on side. You might have noticed it's Mullins for the Win Trixie, and as advertised on my anti-post video, Venetia Williams in the Ultima. I'm going all 3. So then we've got the Each Way Trixie for the day. 130 Dark Raven at 28s, the 210 St Roy at 7s, and the 250 Fanny and Destravel 22s. 25p each way Trixie. I'll be taking SP prices. But yeah, interesting one, because in the Win and the Each Way Trixie, we're on the first 2 legs, of the first 2 legs of the first 2 races. So by 20 past 2, we will certainly have a fair idea how the day's panning out heading into the Ultima. And then the last bet is the combo bet for the day. So I've got a lucky 15, Win Trixie, Each Way Trixie combo bet. They're the 4. 250, the Wolf and Lascalin, going on to the 450, Metamorpheus and Morning Soldier. 4 times 25p each way doubles. So they all go in the bet slip and you get 4 times 25p each way doubles. All of that should add up to £40. That is £40 staked. The next £10 is on the freebets.com video where I've got Horse of the Day, Lucky 15 of the day, so it's a different 4 horses to that Lucky 15. I've got the 6-fold Acca, which is the one that people got excited about last year because we had a non-runner, but we had 4 winners on it last year on the Thursday. I'm trying to remember now what actually it was. 2 very short ones. I think one was Allaho, but we had Love Envoy that won at 10s and Third Win that won at 25s. And we were going on to one last leg, and it was a 50p. Was it 50p each way? I think it was 50p each way. And it was worth 10 grand for the last winner. And we didn't even get a run for money. I think the horse pulled up or came about 16th. It was terrible. But a bunch of people did cash out, so well done. So we've got 6-fold Acca. That's on the freebets.com, plus one little extra bet on there as well. All right. That is that. That is day 1 Cheltenham. I think I've said all there is to say. It's a very long video. Hopefully it was worth watching. Hopefully you'll come back for day 2 if day 1 goes any good. And even if it doesn't, you'll come back and try again. As I said, I would take break even from day 1. It's Wednesday, Thursday where I'm going to try and get a bit. I've hedged my bets. There's not many I'm going against there in the market. It's later in the week where I'm going to make some more tactical choices. We shall see. All right. However you're watching Cheltenham Festival day 1, enjoy it. I will certainly do my best. I'll be managing to watch most of it tomorrow, but not all of it, which is pretty much the case most of this week. I think Wednesday is the only day where I know I'll be watching the whole thing. But yeah, I'm not going this year, so I'm an armchair viewer for most of it. But yeah, get these videos out, and then hopefully people appreciate. Then I've actually got to go and lay out my own money as well tonight. So I've got to get on and get that done. Say tonight. Some of it will be in the morning, but yeah. That's that. All right. Thank you very much for all your time, all your watching pleasure. And if you've liked and subscribed to the video, thank you. If you comment, thank you. I genuinely appreciate it. This whole thing started off of a bit of a whim to think I'll make a YouTube channel and see if people like my funky big price accumulators. Had a great first year, went very well. Not going so well this year. We are battling on though. So I appreciate absolutely every person who takes any time to interact with the channel in whatever way. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow night. Bye bye.